Poe's story was actually, I felt, was a little disappointing because I out of the, funny enough, I mean, I don't think it's, I think that a lot of people liked him quite a bit in The Force Awakens. Out of the three, he was the most underdeveloped. He was charming in his own way, kind of the Han Solo-ish character of the new trilogy. And I was happy to see that he was going to do more in this. But in the end, his entire plot thread was based on bad communication.
I wouldn't say bad communication so much as him being brash as F. Here's the thing. You mentioned you're disappointed by Poe. I would argue it's because they deified Leia Organa in this movie. Now, let me be clear. I can see people getting pissed off all the already. If she had been blasted out of that bridge on that ship and Vice Admiral Hobag or Hordenal or whatever her name is, I forget now, took over and she and Poe bumped heads and eventually she had that smooth plan that fooled him and then they get together and now we're going in the episode 9 with the two of them looking good. That's fine.
Or the self-sacrifice on her part and so forth. They still could have played that out.
Or if Leia was the one that self-sacrificed and warped into the thing, that'd have been great. Why the is Princess / General Leia Organa still alive? 2, when the did she get the power of demigod of the space and time continuum and the wind and sea too? Let's throw that in there. It to suddenly be able to breathe in space, fly like an eagle, open the airlock without destroying the fucking ship, and stay alive. That was the single dumbest goddamn thing in this movie. It's the dumbest thing I've seen in a movie since Captain America Winter Soldier when the Falcon jumped out of a falling fucking building just to happen to land into a helijet or whatever the fuck it is he lands into. That part right there, if I'm a critic, which I'm not, but if I were.
That was the worst part of Winter Soldier. But
well, thank you, sir. But that part with Leia, fly like an eagle, like I'm hearing that in the background, with Seal singing. And if you do that, don't use Seal, goddammit.
So I heard the Superman theme going through my head, which was appropriate because John Williams does the score for both.
Maybe you should go with that instead. But the punchline, okay, right. Listen, they were trying to make her look like Superman, and instead they got something that looked more like the fucking monologue by Lois Lane in the flying scene in that movie, okay?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Can you read my mind?
It was horrible.
And apparently Laura Dern can read her mind because they're able to make this plan while she was in a coma throughout the whole film.
Well, no, that I could talk my way around.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It came to and they talked about, and she's like, that's a great idea. Why is Poe being a fucking douche? So,
or she could have said, hey, we have a plan, etc. Which, the funny thing is that out of anything they've done since the prequels, had probably the most emotional, genuine moment. And it's granted, part of it is because of the knowledge of the tragedy of Carrie Fisher's death. But the scene between her and Luke, when they meet up, I thought was very well done and, emotionally charged.
But it still leaves something like, what are they going to do with the organic character now? I have no idea. No idea what's going to happen for episode 9 with that.
Her doing the light speed sacrifice would have been a hell of a way to go.
Perfect.
That I didn't even think of that until this conversation. That was. I mean, beyond the fact of the potential, the way they carried out that scene with the silence.
Oh yeah,
was epic.
Same sort of thing that made Fireflight great with their space battles. I said it. What? Don't judge.
No argument there.